We start today's episode tied 1 apiece in our 4-5 round on matchup here with the Detroit Pistons. I did make one adjustment ahead of game 3 to what we've been doing here through these first 2 games, and that is just to off ball try to deny Cade the ball. He's been our big problem, so we want to force other players to try to beat us if we can help it in game 3. We'll see if that works. For game 3, we're going to show only the makes, and then game 4 we'll show more of the complete clips of the games, but we've got 2 games to get into, so let's start it off right away. So let's get into game 3 on the road in the orange unis today. Boys feeling a little bit better after having a few rough days, which is why this episode was delayed. But one thing I said in the intro was that we would be watching just the makes from game 3, and then we'd switch it up for game 4. We're actually going to do the opposite, and we'll watch the more complete clips of this game, and you'll see why by the time this episode is over. But here starting this game, we've had a turnover and a blocked shot. Not sure what Andre Stevens was doing there. He didn't set a screen and kind of just brought his man over to make that Lowry shot more difficult. And then on the other end, fouls Giannis. Not his best sequence yet. And Giannis misses the free throw, so it's going to remain 4-0 for the Pistons. Moody, shot clock winding down, hits the 3. Gets us on the board today. Pick and pop there with Cade. That's not something we've seen Detroit do a ton of, with Cade as the screener, and we were obviously not prepared for it. Lowry off the screen. Taking these off the dribble threes has been what we've gone with here early. As Giannis misses that catch and shoot attempt, we're running it the other way. Finding Mullins in the corner, who drains the 3. 3 straight baskets from beyond the arc starts our day here in game 3, and the pick and roll works for Detroit on the other end. Knotted up at 9 apiece through the first 3 minutes. Mullins, defended by Duran, drops it home. Cade almost shot it, instead passes it to Duran, who gets the dunk on us. Good decision there by Cade. Find the better shot for his team, and Sidney Lowry, speaking of good shots, was left all alone for that mid-ranger. Cade pulls up. Couldn't hit the mark on that one. Lowry getting double-teamed a bit there, and the ball swings back around for him. He gets fouled on the 3-point attempt. Missed the first one, though. Not something you see too often from our superstar wing. Second free throw went in, and the third does as well. Ivy with it, defended by Pope. That's a deep 3. Not going to hit it. Mullins finds the cutting man. It's Malachi Pope. Just missed out on the and one. But he's got himself a pair of free throws. He also misses his first. Already 2 missed free throws for us. 3 out of 5 total. Cade with it. Dishes to Giannis. Another 3-point miss. This is exactly the kind of shots we want to see Giannis taking. There, the oop was not successful, but luckily it bounced right into the hands of Francis Mullins. Detroit finds the basket on the other end. That's more the range where Giannis is dangerous. Right there close to the basket. He's tough to stop as Lowry misses the 3. We've got a nice pick and roll with the underhanded pass from Cade. Gets Durant an easy deuce. He's been pretty involved here to start this game on a lot of point blank shots. Lowry missed that 3. Nice job by Pope, though, to keep the ball with the Sound, give us another shot at it, and we are going to make the most of that shot. Detroit was playing that 3-point line, so Lowry cut to the basket and got the deuce. Duren again. Gonna score here. Looks like Detroit might be targeting Andre Stevens just a little bit here. Oh, all alone from beyond the line. Francis Mullins just stone cold stopped his man on that screen. Left Pope all the room he needed, and once again, it's going to Duren. This is something we haven't seen yet. The first couple of games, Duren, you know, he's gotten some opportunities, but he has not been nearly as involved. It looks like that might be Detroit's adjustment here early. His shot to try to attack Andre Stevens. If you go off of grades, he is our worst defender in our starting lineup. But, you know, he's really big and athletic, so I trust him to make some plays for us as this game goes along. But it's been a rough start there, and Lowry just dribbled it right into the knee of Cade Cunningham, but luckily able to get it back and feed his teammate Christian Davidson recently checked in. Cade in the post. Finishes around Lowry. Back with Detroit here. A cutter from Giannis. Gets the easy deuce. Lowry off the screen, and Detroit is playing Lowry off these screens very heavily. He's got a lot of gravity going towards him right now. Hopefully we can adjust off of that a little bit and get some other guys open, because Detroit is determined to make every Lowry look be tough. There's it was with that Giannis contest there. Now we're doubling the Greek Freak. Still got around it somehow and ended up dishing it off for two. We had a 10-point lead just a moment ago, but a 9-0 Detroit run has dropped it down to 1. We finally get that basket there, giving us 30 plus here in the first. Cade, way too easy on that one. It was a good screen, setting him loose. And then Lowry feeds a wide open Sam Hudson, who gets the shot as that first quarter clock expires. It's going to be 34-30 in favor of your Nashville Sound. I thought there was a really good back and forth quarter there. Of course, had that 10-point lead that we pretty much instantly lost, but regardless, we still hold that lead. They're going to call a travel, I guess, because the ball ended up back in his hands. It was really just out of bounds as J.D. Davidson hits a three. Not somebody we've seen much of here in this series yet. And for good reason. He's not very good. Probably only playing because of the Kawhi injury here. As Pope gets himself back to the line. This time makes his first. And the second he drains as well. Nashville up by 3. Nice spin move from J.D. Davidson, but great recovery defense from Moody to force the miss. Now he's getting the ball on the other end, and he is fouled beyond the three-point line. That's the second time Detroit's fouled us beyond the arc in this game. But once again, man, we're missing some free throws here, leaving some points on the table. He'd make the next 2, though. Fitting Giannis in the post. The double comes once more, and it leaves Ty Washington all alone. I do not want to double. Stop doing it. It's way too early to double. Unless he's got a point guard on him in the post, I don't want to double. Mullins gets the nice look on the inside. Giannis the other way just goes right at the rookie center and draws the foul. Coach not too happy about that one, as Giannis makes his first free throw. Second is no good, though. So it looks like at least both sides are missing some easy chances at the free throw line here today, as we find Davidson all alone top of the arc. And he makes it count. Davidson absolutely hounded by Moses Moody, and he gets the block. I mean, Moses Moody is just all over Davidson there. Not the best look there from Mullins. He bricked it. And in transition, Giannis finds Clark Gaines running the lane. Easy deuce for them. Ernest Augustine. Don't hear much of his name called on the scoring. Not that I mind that all that much, but he comes through when the opposing team leaves him wide open, which is what I like to see. Davidson It's the late shot clock jumper to fall. Giannis gets his mid-ranger to fall as well, and we are trading baskets here in the second. Oh. Use a little bit of that variable acceleration, but it won't get him the basket there. Cade now on the drive, dishes to Giannis. Easy pick and roll. That pick and roll with Cade has been what Detroit is leaning on heavily in this game. It's working out for them offensively. But regardless of it, Nashville still holds the lead. Doubling Giannis again. For a reason I don't know. He hasn't been that great. Why are we doubling him? Mullins stripped. Gets the ball to Detroit. Cade now. Guarded by Moody. He's had a good defensive quarter. Does a good job stopping him here. Forces the kick out to Giannis, but he made it. Detroit brought it back to a 1-point game. Mullins in the post. Trying to finish over the top of Gaines, but he can't do it. Cade from deep three-point range. He's not going to make that shot. Oh, waiting patiently, finding Christian Davidson's solid look, but the late contest was there. Now Cunningham isolating against Christian Davidson. Tough shot. I like the defensive effort there, but Cade just a little bit too big and too good for the young two-guard. Pick and roll with Pope and Mullins, and that's just a combination that I really, really like here. These guys are both just rookies still. I can't wait to see these two develop together. As Mullins gets the and one completed there. Moses Moody, a nice job fighting through that screen there. Forces a turnover. Either way, Mullins defended by Giannis. Doing a good job there. And Pope misses the little floater. Hitting Mullins again. This time covered by Gaines. And this time gets the bucket. Off glass plus the foul. Gaines not a fan of it. But Mullins playing well physically on the interior. Really, unless he's being guarded by Giannis. He's doing a great job. Cade. Covered by Davidson. That time forced the miss. And now we've got the mismatch with Mullins. Help defense comes. Leaves Andre Stevens wide open, but he can't hit the three. Nashville leads by 4 here. 3 minutes left in the quarter. Gains a nice pass to Isaiah Joe. Once again, Detroit taking advantage of a senseless double. Andre Stevens inside. It's the point blank shot. Williams, that's going to be a foul from Francis Mullins. A little doubt about that one. Clearly got him all over the arms. Williams. Man, just a lot of missed free throws on both sides here in this game. Moody in transition. Not my favorite shot, but it went in. Duran inside. Guarded by A.C. Stevens. Takes his time and goes off glass for 2. Lowry with it. Dishes to A.C. Stevens. Top of the key. What was that? What was that? I know it was an alley-oop attempt, but that wasn't how you do it. Oh my gosh. It's a new Lowry. Good look off the inbound. Makes it Nashville by 6. Jaden and Ivy off the mark. He's somebody that I feel like, other than game 2, we've been doing a good job of containing him so far in this series. As Andre Stevens gets the isolation bucket against Durant. Now it's Giannis' turn to isolate. Going against A.C. Stevens, blows right by him there. That was too easy. Bach running down, and Lowry going to get the bucket. It's going to put us up by 8 as first half comes to a close. We've won 2 different quarters, both by 4 points here, giving us this 8-point lead. And hasn't been perfect, but I like what I've seen from the squad. And before we start the second half, here is a look at just what the playoff brackets are looking like here. Still early on in the first round, so nobody's yet moved on. So let's kick off half number 2 here. Gotta hold on to this lead and keep our foot on the gas here, and we get a nice start with the reverse slam by Lowry. Giannis gets doubled again, and it's a wide open dunk. Can we stop? There needs to be an option to stop. I'm going to complain about it every episode because it happens every episode, and it sucks every episode. The only bright side is that both teams do it, but it still sucks. Giannis hits that 3, cuts it down, back down to 8, I should say. Moody trying to shake and bake Giannis, but he had nothing, was fooling him there, but we got the basket, so it's all good. Giannis missed this 3. He's taken a lot. He's made a couple. Got to give him credit, but he's also missed quite a few, as well as Malachi Pope just dunked it all over Detroit on that one. A sweet dunk, but Cade gets us right back with a dunk of his own off the pump fake. Both point guards displaying their athleticism here. From the free throw line, Lowry can't hit the jumper. Giannis, see, now this is a double I can understand. I mean, you got Giannis guarded by a point guard in the post. There, yes, do it, please. These other ones I could do without. Oh, gets a good look from the corner. Off the mark, Moses Moody was also wide open on that one. Giannis hits another jumper. He's been solid on those in this game. Lowry gets doubled. Nobody is on Christian Davidson on the interior. And he slams it in with 2 hands. Cade from beyond the arc. Gonna hit that one. And before that shot, we had our second 10-point lead of the game. Had one in the first quarter, now have one again here in the third. 79-69 is the score as Cade hits the short mid-ranger. Pope, top of the key, gets the Andre Stevens screen and fires off of it. Couldn't hit that jumper as Clark Gaines now has it here. Shoots it from beyond the arc, splashes it in, and it's down to a 5-point game. Pope gets a screen by Mullins. Step back, so beautiful, and he hits the shots. I love his step backs. They always create a ton of space. Gaines has to put up a tough shot there and hits it regardless. He's a tall guy, so he can get those shots off pretty cleanly, consistently. Davidson off the screen hits the jumper. Screen set for Cade. He's firing off of it. Too strong, but Jalen Duren on the offensive glass. Got to do a better job rebounding when we do get the stops because we're not getting a ton of them here. Andre Stevens too strong on the 3. More pick and roll here. It's been all Detroit's been doing for the most part in this game, and when it's working like it is in this game, it's hard to blame them. Lowry. Another tough look from 3. Detroit's done a good job making his looks, for the most part, pretty tough in this game. Lowry's still, of course, getting his, but he's had to work harder for them than he normally does, it feels like. Lowry finds a wide open Christian Davidson in the corner. Detroit loves to leave that corner guy sometimes and bring him over for some help defense. Bit him there. Bounce pass to Andre Stevens. Mid-ranger. No good. From Andre the Giant. Duren. Defended by Pope. Double comes on. And Giannis gives Detroit the lead. That is now officially the second double-digit lead that we have blown here in this same game. Took a little bit longer for Detroit to come back from it this time, but they came back from it nonetheless. As Christian Davidson hits the first. Second one is up and in as well. We are all tied 88 apiece. Got 14 minutes left here of the ball game. Needs someone to come out on top. And Ty Washington drains the 3 off the catch. Davidson trying to answer it back, but it is off line. Going the other way, Detroit gets an easy basket for Jalen Duran off the Cade Cunningham feed. And right with Mullins behind him. Cut inside for Ernest Augustine, and we pay back that dunk immediately. Troy leads by 3. Cade off the dribble and hits the 3-pointer. And this guy, we just can't guard him. That's just, we've tried several strategies. Cade's gonna get his, and that's just what's gonna happen in this series here. Trying to score again, and this time draws the foul on Moody with 3 seconds left in the third. Just feels like nothing we're doing is really making much of a difference. This is just a superstar that's got some playoff experience at this point in this series and knows what he's doing. And we would end up losing this third quarter by a bunch. We came in with an 8-point lead. Now trailing by 6, a -14 third quarter there from us. We just could not get a stop at all. Need to do better defensively here as Moses Moody left all alone from the corner. Once again, I'm saying Detroit loves to leave that corner guy out by themselves. And if it's Christian Davidson and Moses Moody in those corners, I am very content with those guys just taking wide open threes all day. Detroit leads by 8. Once again, they're leaving Moses Moody in the corner, and once again, he's hitting the shots. Please, keep leaving Moody down there. I'd love for him to get wide open corner threes all day, and that's going to be called for a foul. Andre Stevens, that was a clean block. You got to see a challenge here from Coach Gordon. Do CPU coaches even use their challenges? I don't know, but he's not going to regardless here. That was definitely a clean block. At least it looked like it in real time, maybe if you slow it down. Once again, Moses Moody left open in the corner, and he's just not going to miss. Nice pass there from Ty Washington. Finding Clark Gaines just past the outset arms of Andre the Giant. Step back there from Lowry. Got himself a clean look, but AC Stevens there to clean up the miss. Nice defense there from AC as well. Hudson with it. Need to come up with something here late in the shot clock. Moses Moody's going to be the one that's forced to put it up, but AC Stevens again on the board. Haven't heard much of him before this fourth quarter, but he has himself a nice little stretch going now. Cade, just another jumper. This guy just can't miss. It's a 4-point ball game. Need to string together some stops, and we're still definitely in this. This time, Detroit actually did a good job covering the corner, forcing the pass out. You can roll with Cade. Guarded by Sam Hudson. We get it inside to Clark Gaines, but AC Stevens, once again, nice job protecting the rim. Now he gets rewarded on the other end. The trailing man gets the basket. Ty off the catch. No good. Nashville going the other way. Gonna be a Lowry 3-point attempt for the lead, but it was off the mark. That would have been a beautiful shot to take the lead back. Duran instead gets the dunk, and Detroit leads by 4. Led the NBA in field goal percentage this year, did Duran. Makes sense when all of his shots are dunks and mostly off of offensive rebounds. Lowry missing a couple of tough threes here. Nice defense to force the late shot clock cheese there. Moody, nice little floater, going to force the Detroit timeout, and we can finally get our final lineup in. All our starters are in on the court right now. Can they close it out though? Pope Clean look from the corner. It's off the mark. Man, we're getting some good looks from three. We're just not hitting them here. We hit a couple of those, and this is a different ball game. Cade hits the shot. Pope finds Andre Stevens. Another solid look from three, and another miss. We're just selling from on the arc right now. Cade saucing up Moses Moody, but Moody staying home. Beautiful defense, but we can't get the rebound. And they're going to give it to Cade, and Moody, weird contest there, went around him instead of staying in front, and Cade's going to hit the shot. Moody, decent look from three. Got that late contest from the side, but still didn't hate that look. And Giannis goes the other way, and he's fouled, and all of a sudden Detroit leads by 11. You got to be kidding me. This was just a 2-point game. And then we just started missing threes. Detroit leads by 12. Needs some threes to start dropping. There we go, finally. Let's start hitting those. Get some stops as well. It's not over yet, but we need stops. Lowry, great defense on. Cade Cunningham gets that first stop. Can we score off of it? Hope another look from three, but he's off. And Detroit tips. Rebounds to themselves. And then Giannis makes it 11 points once again. That's a three-pointer that's blocked on Sidney Lowry. The pick comes for Giannis, and he hits the shot. That's a 13-point lead with less than 2 minutes. And Lowry gets blocked again, but he is fouled this time. He'd end up missing one of the free throws, but hitting two to make it back to 11. If Detroit scores here, this game's going to be over. And they're going to get the dunk from Giannis. 13 points with a minute and a half left. That would be all she wrote here in Game 3. A very fun back and forth game. I think it sucks to lose a game in which you had a 10-point lead. You blew in two separate halves. Thought we had a chance there late. Just started missing some threes. None of them were insanely open or insanely great, but they were all really good, I think. And we just couldn't hit them. And couldn't quite get enough stops when we needed it. Giannis is your player of the game. I think he played well. I think Cade did as well. That duo was awesome. Yeah, 39-point triple-double from Giannis. All those assists came when we started doubling him way early before he was actually doing all that well. Cade. Sometimes 2K will start doubling somebody if they have a lot of assists, which just doesn't make sense. You're just making their assists even easier. Duran with 24 points and 12 rebounds, didn't miss a shot. Gaines was 7 of 9. We just couldn't stop anybody, man. I mean, Cade was actually the worst shooter of these guys here at the top. Ivy, he's had one good game so far. Otherwise, we've kept him in check, but that hasn't really meant much. Lowry got himself a double-double. Ultimately, I think we were close here, just didn't quite have the manpower in the end. Fun fact, Pope has not gotten a rebound. Not that I think that's a bad thing. I just think it's kind of funny. But, he hasn't got a rebound in 3 games yet. So a couple of adjustments here ahead of Game 4. I think Moses Moody's just been a little bit too consistently good to not close for us. So I'm going to have him close at the 2. We've been having Christian Davidson. This isn't a knock on Davidson at all. I think he's been good for us so far in the series. I just think Moody has been really consistently good for us. And so I think he deserves it. He's a better defender. He's a little bit bigger. And this Detroit team is stupid big. I thought we were a big team. Detroit's even bigger. And so trying to go with this here. But We'll see if that works. I'm also going to revert what we've done defensively with Cade back to what we had prior to game 3. Didn't really work much. There's a comment in last episode that just, you know, sometimes you can do all the adjustments, but a player's just going to be really good. And that doesn't mean I'm going to give up on adjustments. But I think Cade's just playing really well, and it's tough to stop him. I think besides putting Lowry on him, I think we've done what we can. And he's just playing out of his mind, and we're gonna have to hope that Lowry can just lock him down here in game 4. And yeah, that's the adjustment. Let's go ahead and get into game 4 now. So let's hop into game 4, right into the action here. Gonna be focusing on just the mates as Clark Gaines gets the scoring started for Detroit. Lowry, a little floater, drops it home, and need to see Lowry be the superstar leader of the team if we're gonna end up winning this series. Again, it kind of feels like we go as Lowry goes. Not that he had a bad game at all last game. I mean, he had a 23-point double-double, but 23 points just isn't going to be enough. It's asking a lot of Lowry. I know that it is, but it's honestly what we need to win this series. We go as Lowry goes. We need 30. We need 30 a night from Lowry if we really want to stay in this series. Does a nice job finding Andre Stevens on that one. In transition again. This time it's Moses Moody. Kicking to Pope. He's firing from deep and also hitting. Forcing the Detroit timeout. We've got 4 3-pointers here. That's not true. One of them wasn't a 3-pointer. We got 3 3-pointers in a row here to start this game. Pope. Dishing to Lowry. He has space, and there's another. 15-8. The threes are dropping early for the Sound. Duran gets the quick basket on the other end. It's 15-10 Nashville. Lowry. This time from the mid-range. That one right down the barrel. Net barely even moved there. Giannis out to Ivy. Gonna get a screen. Pull up off of it, and he hits the shot. Pope. Clean look from 3. He drilled it again. Nice to see him getting it going from deep here early. And just the team in general has just been really tough to stop from 3 early on in this game. We were already at 22 points here in the quarter. Andre Stevens got caught trying to steal that one. Lowry pick and roll with AC Stevens. He's going to dish it down to him. And the dunk is there. Nashville leads by a dozen. That's Washington. Tough shots. And he drained it. Davidson left alone. And another 3 drops. It's been mostly 3-pointers here in the first quarter. And I don't mind it because we're hitting them. And under 2 minutes left. 29-18 is the score. AC Stevens from the elbow. Bounce pass to a wide open Lowry. And another 3 falls. And just like I said at the start of the game, we needed Lowry to have a big game. He's already out here putting his stamp on this one. This time looking to pick up an assist, and that's exactly what he does. Andre's second 3-pointer here of the first. Nice deep 3. He got it to go regardless. Detroit with it again. Nerlens Noel. This is inside the Ty Washington. Tough finish over the top of Sam Hudson. And now, with the first quarter coming to a close, we're going to get one more shot. Hudson couldn't quite get it to go. But 37-25, the scoring was popping for Nashville. Detroit did not do a good job guarding the 3-point line. A lot of those threes were wide open. Giannis gets the scoring going here in the second quarter. Pick and roll with our dynamic duo from Duke, and it's going to get the layup for Mullins. Giannis, and one opportunity Tough man to stop when he's going downhill. And he gets himself the 3-point play. Detroit in transition finds Isaiah Joe from the elbow for 2. Mullins. Wide open is Malachi Pope, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. These threes are warm-up jumpers most of the time here. There's just not a Detroit Piston in sight. And we are making them pay for their lackadaisical defense, and that was some pretty poor defense on our part right there as well. Sidney Lowry at least had somebody in the area code, but not going to matter there. He hits it all the same. Pope. Everybody going under the screen, and he's hitting a 3. It's just raining threes here, and there's nothing Detroit can do to stop it. Except for maybe hit a few of their own, but they're not keeping pace with us here in the first. 5 minutes left here, and now Mullins looking to get 3 the old-fashioned way with the and 1 being guarded by Gaines. Mullins definitely has the advantage there. If they're going to guard him with Gaines, we should like that matchup all game long. Step back from Pope. Beautifully done. Lead is up to 15. Got another shot here and a nice pass down the baseline from Sid the Kid. Finding Malachi. Ivy, explosive off the screen there. Finds Clark Gaines, who goes off glass for 2. Deficit remains 15 here. AC Stevens has a smaller man on him here in the post. No help comes. And he goes off glass. Gaines just uses leverage to get that basket over Andre Stevens. On fake and finding Andre the Giant on the other end is Sidney Lowry. Done an excellent job balancing both his scoring and his passing. This is exactly the kind of half that I wanted to see from Sidney Lowry. He would end up with 20 points, 4 rebounds, and 6 assists here in the first half on triple-double watch. Wanted to see more from him in Game 4. Like I said, not that he had a bad Game 3 at all. That's exactly what he did for us in the first half. And it's the biggest reason that we start the second half up by as much as we do. And here he's getting the and 1. Going to the basket aggressively and with the strong take. Gets himself 3 more. Back up by 17. Giannis. Tough shot down the baseline. Can't hit it, but Jalen Duren on the boards. As he so often is. Andre Stevens getting a little bit bullied by Duren on the boards, I'll just say that. But so far hasn't been a problem in this game. Another thing I'll just mention is you could probably infer here by the fact that Detroit has not yet passed 50 points. It's not really showing here because we're focusing on just the makes here in this game. But our defense was so much better here in Game 4. That's the one thing that's not really getting highlighted here that I just had to mention. I really liked what we were seeing defensively. And that, I think, just as much with the threes that we've been hitting a very high volume of, the improvement defensively has really been a reason we're off to this 19-point lead right now. Haynes has the smaller Moody on him here. He's taken advantage of that a couple times here in the third quarter. He does so there. That's the one matchup where Detroit has a very sizable size advantage, is that Gaines versus Moody matchup. Here Lowry gets 2 screens, a strong finish over the top of Giannis. Up to a 23-point lead. Andre Stevens left alone. He is heating up from beyond the arc this game after not doing well from 3 in Game 3. Lowry gets the double. Pope thought about shooting it, instead finds his rookie teammates all alone in the paint. An excellent decision from the point guard. Nice crossover by Cade. He's going to get him a bucket there. Still a 24-point lead, though, for Nashville. Andre Stevens finds a cutting Sidney Lowry who slams it home. Beautiful play. Giannis hands off to Ty who swings it over to Cade. A good look for him. Hand off to Moody. Nobody's guarding him. He's going to take the three. The contest ended up being there pretty well, but Moses Moody hit it regardless. And then this shot by Francis Mullins pulls it up to a 30-point game, and that's pretty much where it would be. And that's going to pretty much seal it. And now you can kind of see why I decided to do just the makes for this game. It was not very competitive at all. Nashville just really bullied Detroit from start to finish, and it was a very encouraging sign after kind of a tough loss in Game 3. It was very back and forth, very hard fought. We ended up with the loss there, but you can see, I mean, Ivy was good, but both Cunningham and Giannis being forced to under 50%, Giannis by a wide margin, was awesome. Defense was much improved in this game. Lowry ended up with 35, 9, and 8. He was on triple-double watch at halftime. Didn't end up getting it, but was incredible. Malachi Pope, 26, 4, and 10. Highlighted that he didn't have a rebound before this game. Got 4 here. Another double-double from Francis Mullins. Andre Stevens probably with his best game of the series. It was just a dominant performance, and hopefully we can take this momentum into Game 5. We are currently tied 2 games apiece as we end off this episode, and this series has been awesome. It's been a joy to watch this go back and forth. Games 5 and 6 will be coming out soon. Hopefully we'll be able to carry this momentum forward, and until that episode, sound up.